Hi guys, and welcome back to Blind Strike Exotics. I'm John, if you haven't been on the channel before. Today I'm going to show you around my new reptile slash snake room. I'm really excited about this. It is a ton more room than my last one. I don't even know if I had 100 square feet in the last snake room in my last house. In here I have probably, I think, close to 500 square feet of room to grow. So I wanted to kind of walk you through how everything's set up. I'll probably show you a couple of the hatchlings that I have left from this season that are up for sale on Morph Market right now. And I'll show you some of the other snakes that I have added a couple since I moved that I didn't have the ability to make videos on. Just because I was so busy, and I can at least show you some of those guys now. So let's take a look. Oh, and please remember to like and subscribe. All right, so this is the view as you're walking in here. One of the big reasons that we chose to move into this house was because of this space was here. This is directly underneath our garage. And previously it was just, kind of for storage, I guess, for the previous owner, but this was the perfect snake room for me. So as you can see, I have a couple little tanks here. I just have a little marine toad in there who's hiding. In here I have, I don't know if you can see any of them. There's just some guppies. There's a newt over here in the corner. I have a couple newts in there, but this water got really dark from the staining from the driftwood, and I keep cleaning the water out, but it just keeps getting stained again. So the tannins just keep making the water dark, but they're happy in there. It's guppies. I swear to God, there's new guppies, new babies in there every other week. So over here, it's just a workbench. My Blind Strike sign I got hung up finally. Over here in this rack, right here, I have the blue-tongued skink in my Brazilian rainbow boa. And I think blue-tongued skink, I haven't showed him since, I think I bought him back in June, July. He's a big boy now. Get him out. He's in the back, hiding back there. He is cruising around in here all the time. There he is. I named him Dingo. He's a big boy now. Say hi, Dingo. That blue tongue. His tongues are awesome. He's a big boy. He's a good boy. He's my 2-year-old daughter's favorite. She comes over here all the time every morning, and she wants to see the skink. But yeah, he's awesome. I love him. He is so so docile. All right, and top one up here is the rainbow boa. She is currently back there. Let me open her up so you can at least see her. She's pretty much nocturnal. She doesn't do a whole lot during the day, but as soon as the lights go out and it gets dark, she's cruising all around the place. She's getting pretty big. She's probably about 1.5 years old right now. I'm thinking about buying a male and getting him up to size so that, maybe next year this time I could start breeding rainbow boas, and maybe I think that's neat because they are live bearers, so they don't lay eggs. They have live babies when they give birth. So I thought that'd be a neat contrast from having the ball pythons all the time. And there don't seem to be a ton of Brazilian rainbow boa breeders. They're not hard to come by necessarily, but I don't think there's a ton of people keeping them. But they're beautiful snakes. I remember just being a kid and seeing them and falling in love with them. So, and they have great temperaments too. She's never even had any sort of aggression. Very docile, just like a ball python is. Next door to the skink and boa, I have my breeder females. So what I do with the rats is I keep, females in here and then I, swap the males. I have a couple males. I just, shift them back and forth. I let the females raise their babies in there to the point where they're weaned, and then I grow out. I have 4 big like masonry tubs here, and I allow them to grow out in there. So either they grow out in here or they get fed off, because I try to feed frozen, but my some of my snakes just refuse to eat frozen, so I have to unfortunately feed live. But they're cute little guys. They're cute when they're that size. All right, next to the rats, I have my brand new sea serpents incubator. I guess it's Hotbox, Sea Serpents Hotbox. I think they're kind of the same company. This is their largest one. I think it's the 60-inch. My adult rack right here, which holds 30 females, is full. I think all of them should be going this season. So my plan is to at least fit enough in there to fit all 30 clutches in there. I think if I rearrange the racks a little bit, I'll probably be able to stack the tubs on each other rather than having all those shelves in there to be able to fit them. I don't know if you watched any of my last videos. I did have some incubation issues, but I think that was more or less because of the move, more so than it was because of the incubator. I came from using a igloo cooler, where it has just a ton of water in the bottom of it, so it keeps the humidity at 100% all the time, and there's very little temperature fluctuation. Using a traditional incubator style like this, there's a couple more, I guess, hurdles, because you can't really have a huge body of freestanding water. I did just fill the tub up here up top with water, and it's to keep the humidity up. But so the air is going to be a little more dry. So your tubs need to be basically all sealed off to keep humidity inside of them. But I do like the design of this. It's built really well. This is actually a false wall. So behind here is where all the heat tape is. And the fans just circulate the air through the top. I think there are holes. You can't see it. Let me see if I can get in there. There's like a little lip under here. It shows you where the false wall is. And so the heat tape's back there, so you're not really in close contact with any of the eggs, and it circulates the air, up and around at a constant pace. And so I like that. It's better than having the heat tape right on the eggs. And so far it looks nice. The LED lights are cool. There's also a light switch here that turns on, the brighter LED lights in the top. You can turn them on. The fans just have the LED lights built into them. Overall, I like it. It has nice casters on the bottom. They come with the VE200 as a thermostat. So overall, so far so good. I'll let you know how it turns out next season when I start popping eggs in there. Oh, and I will be testing this incubator out a lot before eggs start coming. I'm probably just gonna kind of simulate incubation. I'm gonna put egg boxes on each level. I'm gonna make sure the temperature from the top all the way to the bottom is consistent. Make sure I keep humidity up, what I have to do to keep humidity up. But I don't want to run into any issues next season, because I do have some, I guess I should say higher ticket combos that I'm pairing up, and if they do end up having nice clutches, I don't want to lose any eggs out of it like I did this year. Right here in the middle of the room, as you can see, I have these Home Depot buckets all over the place. That one has rat food in it. This one I use to fill up their water bowls. This one I use to thaw out the frozen rats. I have these 2 work tables. This one, it's just kind of like an all-purpose table. It's just there to have. It's on casters. This is, one of the traditional school Rubbermaid heavy-duty carts that you see, the janitors using it, or the cafeteria people. They are built extremely well, and it's coming extremely handy. And it actually fits like the 70 series tubs on there pretty well too, when you're cleaning it and moving stuff around. I just keep my bottles of cleaner on there, rubber gloves, my paper towels, my feeding tongs. I have extra paper down there, garbage bags, all my tools and utilities for everyday reptile keeping. My freezer is right behind me by the door, which is where I keep the rats. I have a little heater here to help keep the room a little warmer. Cocoa Rep chip is in there. That's where I keep my extra Repta chip for the time being. And then we have all of the snake racks. These are Reptile Basics over here. I ordered 4 more of these, so I'm waiting for them to come in. And the reason I like these over some of the other brands of the snake racks that use like the PVC or the melamine, I don't remember which brand this tall one is. It's a 12 high. The bins that came with it, and I bought this secondhand, so I don't know if the bins came with it or if the person bought them, on their own. The bins are super flimsy. The rack is really tall. And the positives to these guys over here from Reptile Basics are that this is actually 12 high. So this is on casters, 12 high, compared to 12 high over here. So it saves you, it looks like 3 tubs from over to here to over there. It's 3 tubs shorter on this side, and you have the same amount of space. But on top of that, the Reptile Basics, you can either use these, it's kind of like a grow out tub. You can fit 6 grow out tubs, or you can fit 18 hatchling tubs. And you can mix and match. And they're designed so that you can fit the hatchlings or these grow out tubs. And there's a second size tub. I think these are 8 quart. There are 11 quart tubs, and you can fit them side by side in there, 2 in each level. Or you can fit 3 in each level of the 8 quarts. These are, I feel like they're 21 quarts. And those are where I keep my my males for right now until I get more, and then I'm probably going to do some shifting around. But so these are the males that I'm all going to be breeding next year, or this season. Here is a bamboo ultramel. He is a voracious eater. He's always ready for food. Feeding day's tomorrow, so my males have just been crushing food lately, and they've always just been waiting for it. So they're always kind of just sitting there waiting for me. This guy, his name is Tesla, and he is one of my favorite purchases from this year. He is a purple passion blackhead leopard. He is just amazing. And my other daughter named him Tesla because she thought this pattern here on the sides kind of looks like the Tesla pattern. Really light yellow, really nice purple colors on him. I'm hoping to kind of recreate that. I can kind of show you a little bit what I'm doing with their name cards here. I don't know the best way to set up their name cards for the breeding season. This is really my first year I had to worry about it. What I am doing so far is I printed out all these cards, and they're going to go on all the tubs. I color coded them. He's going to be purple, and so I'm going to pair him up to these females, and they're going to have purple as well, so they're easier to see. So this one's a special lesser Blue Eye Lucy GHI. Take a peek at her. I actually just picked her up this week. What else? His other pairings are Crystal. She's a Mystic Crystal. I've had her since earlier in the year. She was not bred at all this year. She is humongous. She's probably well over 3,500 grams. And he's also going to be bred to Princess, who is my pastel Mystic Potion. And she is, I've shown her before, she is the biggest snake in my collection. She's well over 4,000 grams and was not bred at all this year either. So his pairings, what I was trying to do with him is I really didn't want to get too much into the like all white snakes. I was trying to stick away from the lesser Mojaves and the super Mojaves because I don't want all white pairings out of him. I have Shredder, who is my super Mojave banana male, who is ready to eat. He was my big guy from last year who just crushed it for me. He was the dad to all of my pairings. And so I'm going to breed him. I have him with like this sort of silver color. He's going to be bred to Snow White Snake again, which is a pairing from last year. She was the Mojave Lesser. And Baby Butter, who is a super pastel super butter. She didn't take last year, so I am hoping that she goes this year, but she's actually really big since she was off for the season. And then I also have a super Phantom that I just picked up this week. She is huge too. She did not go this year. So my plan with Shredder, who's the super Mojave, was I was just going to try to breed him to the other bells that I have. They're all white. I was just planning on just trying to mass produce the all white snakes. People seem to love them. I had great success this year with reselling them. So with him, you know, I'm going to get basically super Mojaves or Mojave Lessers, or the last one, it would be Butter Mojave, which is very similar to a lesser Mojave. Butter and lesser kind of they think are the same gene, just like kind of different looks. So basically, super Mojaves, Mojave Lessers, and then the super Phantom, they're all going to be Purple Passions. But they also may have his banana gene in there, which is really neat. So I want to see like if the banana gene works at all with the Purple Passion, and see if it kind of changes up the look of it. What I'm really excited about is working Tesla, who was the Purple Passion blackhead leopard, into the other females I have. To the Princess, to Crystal, the Mystic Crystal, and the Mystic Potion, to see how Blackhead and Leopard interact with those genes. I'm hoping, since they're all bells, I'm going to get all bells out of it. Some of them both have the Mojave gene. One has Lesser, one has Mojave, those combos. I'm hoping I don't get too many of the all-white snakes out of it, because I'd like to see the Purple Passions, the Mystic Potions, the Mystic Crystals, whatever I can get out of it, to see how the Blackhead and the Leopard interact with those gene combos. So that's what I'm really hoping out of those pairings, that hopefully successful breeding two of those females, if not all three of them, and then to see how the Blackhead and the Leopard interact with those combos as well. So I'm really excited about that. All right, so my other males for this season, Black Mask. He is a Mojave GHI Cinnamon? I think he's Cinnamon, or Black Pastel. I'll have to look that up. I forget. But he's awesome. There's like barely any pattern to him. He's got that like kind of light striping down his back, but other than that, he's like a really chocolatey black color. He's been a fantastic eater too. He's a little more shy than the other ones. And I think what he's going to get bred to is I have a pewter female here. I have a black pastel female up there. And I have a Mojave HRA female there. I think with those pairings, I'm just trying to hit super cinnamons or black pastel cinnamons. You know, get the all black snakes out of it. If that doesn't happen, the pewters are awesome looking snakes. The Mojave HRA, you know, I can get super Mojaves out of that, or I could hit more GHA Mojaves, which are beautiful snakes too, just 2-gene combo, and they're gorgeous. All right, Danky Kong, I've shown him before. I've had him for 2 years. He never actually, for some reason, he didn't go last year. Didn't successfully breed anybody for me. But he's a banana, super enchy, fire. And the thing that I love about him is the super enchy fire with the banana. There is absolutely zero freckling on him. Some of you might know, some of you might not, but usually bananas, depending on what genes they have, if they're a single gene banana, they lose a lot of that bright coloring when they're babies, and they get a ton of black spots all over their bodies, which is why another reason why they're called bananas. But as you can see, he has zero black freckles on him. He's just a white and yellow, really faint orange colors. So I think I don't have firm plans on him yet. I think I have 2 sisters here. They're super enchy orange dream. There's 1, there's 2. I think maybe if I hold off a little bit, they should be the right size to go to breed to him. But they are, and I'm a Pittsburgh guy, and they kind of look like Steelers snakes. But they're gorgeous. I love these 2 females. I think they'll be ready to go. By then, they're right around the 1,400 gram mark. But I think if I get a couple more meals in them, they'll be set. So I think I'm gonna breed him to both of them, but I'm not positive yet. I also have a super enchy ghost female, which I think I've shown her before in other videos. She's very flighty. She has a very weird temperament to her. I think she just shed recently. Yeah. She's an amazing snake. Obviously breeding a super enchy banana to any super enchies, obviously we're gonna get super enchy out of it no matter what. So I would get super enchies, heck ghosts out of this combo, or banana super enchies, even the fire gene. These ones I'd get, you know, super enchies, possible orange dream bananas. But I'm not positive yet on what I want to do with him. I haven't figured that out yet because I have another male who I call Big Puma, and I really love his combo. He's always ready to bite. He's always ready to eat too. So he is a leopard, pinstripe, orange dream, enchy. He has an absolutely crazy pattern. He's beautiful too. So I have a couple females. I have a pastel leopard female, which I'm almost positive I'm gonna breed to him. She's apparently ready to eat, ready to strike. I have a couple females that are just crazy ready for food all the time. I'm never ready when I open the tub. I usually have a snake hook on me for some of them. Enchy leopard here. She's really pretty coloration. And then I have just a single gene enchy female back here. And this is Annie. She's one of my females from last year. She's a lemon blast, which is a pastel pinstripe. She laid a clutch really early in the season. Scout, she bites you, buddy. So she's put on a ton of weight since then. And let's see. I have a pinstripe enchy female. Let's see if I can get a good view of her. She's always ready to eat too. pinstripe Enchi. So I need to figure out between Danky Kong and Big Puma how I'm going to split up the Enchi females and the pinstripe females, because with Big Puma I love to reproduce his genes again, and I only have the 2 females, the Super Enchi Orange Dream females that have Orange Dream in them. I could hit super OD with those combos as well. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to split up the females that have Leopard, Enchi, and Orange Dream with those 2 males. So it's going to take a little bit more of number crunching to see what I want to get to figure out who's getting bred to who. All right, my last 2 males that are going to be breeding this year are my Ivory Leopard male, right here. It's very hard to see. These Ivory Leopards are beautiful when they're babies, and they definitely keep some of the pattern, but it definitely fades out. It's not as bright as when they are babies. So I have an Ivory female that I'm definitely breeding him to. Just basically, I'm gonna get all ivories out of it, and she made a mess today. She's possibly Enchi too. And I have a yellow belly female with the bright gene, and from what I've researched, is it's basically just a different line of fire from what I've seen. I think as of right now, those are the only plans that I have to breed him with, are those 2 females. I have a Mojave Enchi possible yellow belly female that's just about up to size 2. I might breed him to her, but I'm not positive yet. All right, last but not least is Joker. He just has shed too. He is my leopard clown male. He is a fantastic eater. Apparently a little shy. I don't have any clown females, but I do have a het clown female. She is a pastel lesser, and she is always ready to jump out to open up her tub. So that's a pastel lesser het clown. So, you know, hopefully I'll get a bunch of clowns out of the clutch. You know, get any of those extra genes, leopard, pastel, or lesser would be fantastic as well. And then other than that, I'd have to be hitting just hets out of anything else I've bred him to. And I'm not positive yet what that's going to be. So the other females I have that kind of don't have a pairing yet. Well, so the Ultramel, the Bamboo Ultramel male, I have an Ultramel pinstripe female who is always trying to eat me too. So they're definitely going to be bred together. And since he's a bamboo, I'm thinking that he is going to be bred to this Fire Mocha female, because she is in the Blue Eye Lucy gene as well. So it'd be nice to get some bells out of that combo. And I don't know what else he is going to be bred to either at this point. But so the other females that I have that I'm kind of indecisive on are, I have a awesome looking Sterling Lesser female who again is also always ready to eat. She is awesome. I love her. I love the look of her. I don't know what I'm going to pair her up to. I could try to make this combo again. The problem is, no, I can't, because I don't have any pastel males. So I can make a pewter lesser, but I can't make a sterling lesser, which is a super pastel cinnamon and lesser. But she's awesome. Whatever I pair her up to is going to be amazing. I have a Superfly female. I have another pastel esser that is not het clown. I have just a plain sterling female. I have a Mojave Enchi female who is huge, and I have so I have Annie here who's a lemon blast, and I have Super Annie here who is a killer blast, who's a super pastel pinstripe. So I don't know. I think the only three that I have decided are Shredder, who is my Super Mojave Banana, Black Mask, who is the Mojave GHI Cinnamon, and Tesla, who is the Purple Passion Leopard Blackhead. So that's only 9 females. So I have a lot of number crunching to do and a lot of figuring out who's getting bred to who. And last but not least, I have the hatchlings. So about half of these are ones that I bred, and the other half are ones that I'm going to be growing out. This boy here is currently up for sale on Morph Market. He has a Coral Glow, Black Pastel Mojave. He is just, I would honestly keep him if I didn't have a banana male already. He is gorgeous. He's a great eater. Just a beautiful snake. So if you check out my page on Morph Market, you'll see him up there, up for sale. And then 2 more females from his clutch. I just put them up for sale today. Just single G Mojave females. Beautiful, beautiful girls. There's one there. Oop, get in there. And number 2. They're very active, very keen to see what's going on around them. Beautiful snakes. And then that's actually it. This is actually the one from my disaster clutch last week. If you saw my video, she hasn't had her first shed yet, but she looks like she's doing okay. Typically, when they haven't had their first shed yet, I just keep their tubs super wet to make sure that the shed comes out okay. So she's a Pastave. Hopefully, I get her on food soon and she'll be ready to go, hopefully in a couple weeks. Although, with the weather getting cold, I don't know if anybody will be shipping out at all. All right, and this is a very angry Pastave possible leopard pied female that I am growing out that I purchased. She's really cool looking. Very light pattern. It'd be neat if she had the leopard in there too, but she's definitely Pastave pied. She's gorgeous, gorgeous snake. But she's a grow out. You know, I'll have her in my collection for quite a long time. This female here is a Pastel Enchi Freeway, who is basically running out of the tub every time I open it up. She is one of the most beautiful snakes I've ever seen in my life. She is really cool looking. Really bright yellows. Really awesome pattern. And she has a fantastic personality. Always eating, crushing food. And literally, she is sitting at the front of her tub every single time I open it up, and she just wants to crawl out. And she just hangs around my hand like that. But how pretty is she? I can't wait till she grows up. So she's a grow out too. I'm definitely holding on to her, getting her ready for my highway freeway projects. The next one's a cool little story. This male, as you can see, this tub is literally full of coconut chips. So he is from the same breeder as the Pastel Enchi Freeway, the ball python shed. I spoke to Josh pretty much most of the time. Awesome guy. I can't recommend him enough. He is a Leopard Phantom Highway, maybe pastel, I can't remember. He is going to be my big breeder male for my highway freeway projects coming up. He is the single most awesome looking snake that I have ever seen in my life. And I can't wait to see what he looks like as he gets older. He has like an electric pattern. This dark color here, it almost looks like there's like a purple and a blue in there. And this yellow is honestly like one of the brightest yellows I've ever seen in my life. So the funny story here with him is he was just kind of refusing to eat the first couple weeks I had him. I've probably had him now probably 3 weeks or so. And my typical setup that I keep hatchlings in is just, you know, a big long piece of paper, unprinted paper, hide in the back, water bowl in the front, and that's it. Every hatchling I've had has kind of thrived like that. He was refusing to eat. You know, I talked to Josh, and he was trying to give me, you know, as much information as he could, and even offered to have me send the snake back to him to get him back on food, because unfortunately, I don't have the ability to get any live mice. I just have rats right now. So I kept trying different things to see what would work, what would help me to get him to eat. And what finally worked was basically making this tub more like a den. I filled up the front of the tub almost all the way with coconut chips. You know, I placed his water bowl right there in the middle, and I buried his hide in the back. There's really not a whole lot of space for him to move, but I put a couple-day-old rat in there maybe a day or two after I did this, and he took it pretty much immediately. So, you know, for everybody out there that has a ball python and it's not eating, especially the younger ones, the older ones are known to go off food for various reasons, but especially with the younger ones that don't have a good track record of feeding, a lot of the times if they're not eating, it's because of their environment, whether the temperatures aren't correct, or because the humidity is not correct, or because there aren't enough hides, or the hides aren't tight enough. That can cause them to go off food. And with this guy, he basically just didn't feel comfortable. He felt like the enclosure was too big, even though it's a hatchling tub. He felt like it was too big, and he was too scared to eat in there. So just by kind of tightening it up, making it feel more secure, he went on food. So hopefully when I go to feed him again tomorrow, I have the same luck, and that's just it. Hopefully, you know, he starts growing into it. I can remove more reptichip out of there so that there's more space. But yeah, it's kind of a neat little story. I haven't had to do that yet with the hatchling, but we got him on food, and you know, hopefully by this time next year, he's one of my big breeder males. All right, so as far as, you know, kind of the future of this room, as you can see, I have a ton of space on this wall. You know, I could crunch stuff together back there. You know, I have that space there, and I technically have some space here too, even though I don't really want to clutter up the doorway too much. My goal is for this season to get these females all going, and hopefully, you know, I have 30 females. Hopefully I have close to, if not that many clutches going in the next year. I know probably won't, but you know, if I have 20 or more, I'm going to be ecstatic. My goal at that point is to buy another one of these ARS racks, and then next year I have 60 females going. You know, which means I need to buy 30 or more females. Well, I won't need to buy 30 females because I have some here in this rack that should be up to size. I have a pied female that should be ready to go. I have Oreo here, who is a super cinnamon pastel female who should be ready to go. I have two super gravels who better be ready to go by then, because they were 600, 700 grams recently. I have a cinnamon lesser female. I have a super pastel calico and a pastave that are all about 800, 900 grams, so they should be ready to go too. So my goal is to, you know, buy another ARS rack come next breeding season, 10 months from now, to have it built, ready to go, and have the females stocked up, so that this year should be a good year. I have a lot of cool combos going, but next year when I have my Phantom Leopard highway male breeding to these super gravel females, hopefully I have some more ultra male stuff going. Hopefully by that point I'm able to get my hands on a couple clown females, maybe a couple more pieds, but hopefully have some big stuff going next year. I'm still very excited about what I have going this year, but next year, 2021 going into 2022 should be huge. So, I have 4 more of these on order. This is 2 racks here. I have 4 more of these on order so that I'm ready. I can buy some more snakes to grow out, and I can be ready for hatchlings next season. And my goal is to buy another one of these guys early spring, or late spring, early summer, so that I have a full-blown breeding facility going at that point. Alright guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you liked seeing some of the snakes I have in there. There's still a couple I didn't show you guys, but I'm sure we'll get around to it at some point. I think once I have all of the breeding pairs figured out, I'll run you guys through, who's getting matched up to who. I think what I'm gonna do is just keep, I think there's 10 levels there. Yeah, there's 3 in each level. I'm gonna keep all the breeding females in one row to match up to the male. So Shredder, his 3 females will be in one row. Tesla, his 3 females will be in another row. It'll be easier for me to organize who's breeding to who. There's 30 females, I have 8 males. Technically I need 2 more males. If some of the males do a good job breeding, and maybe if some of those females go early, maybe I'll just pair them up to an extra female or 2. I don't know. I've seen that people say you could breed males to 3 or 4 females, so maybe some of the more established males I have, maybe they get a 4th female. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm sure I'll have a video of that once I get that all figured out in the coming weeks. But other than that, that's it for now. This video is going to take me a long time to edit because it's very long. Hopefully you guys enjoy it when it comes out. So that's it for today. Thanks again for stopping by, and please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Take care. Bye.